Hey guys, what's going on? IAQ Josh here on site up in lovely warm Palm Beach County. I am at a property of an individual who suffers from SIRS or SEERS. That's chronic inflammatory response syndrome. So I wanted to take you guys on a little bit of behind the scenes up in the attic specifically to show you what my mold remediation company is working on in conjunction with a licensed HVAC company as well as a licensed general contractor. So let's go on up. All right, so one of the first things that you're gonna notice immediately, all around me, we've got fiberglass bat insulation. So luckily I had this gem in my truck, so I'm gonna throw on my half respirator, which has got P100 cartridges on it, and we're gonna climb on through to the other side. All right, so as you can see, and probably barely hear from me, we've got quite a bit of obstacles to get through to where I can take you guys to some of the interesting points that I wanted to show you inside of this attic, so bear with me. All right, so here we are at one of our first stops here. This is about 10 foot in from the area that we just climbed up to. As you see, back here in the backdrop, it may look like just any other ordinary junction box for an HVAC system. Junction box meaning the actual box that everything is going to be coupled into to then run to another part of the home. So for example, somewhere in the backdrop there, you're gonna see ducting run all the way over there. So traditionally speaking, in a lot of homes, I can speak to South Florida, I cannot speak to other states, you're going to have these junction boxes that you've got these flexible coil ducts that actually connect to. However, the one difference that we have here is instead of utilizing fiberglass ducting or fiberglass board or fiberboard, I should say, we actually have in here, this is a metal construction box inside of fiberglass insulation. So traditionally, you'll have the actual fiberglass or the fibrous material inside of the duct itself, whereas on this setup, you've actually got the fiberglass on the outside. So the beautiful thing about that, over the years of debris accumulation and just little speckets of dust, if you will, that actually blow by the filter or come through the filter, if it's small enough, you don't necessarily have to worry about that collecting on this fibrous material here and then starting to potentially grow mold over time. All right, we've made it to our second stop. Here behind me, this is going to be the main point where we have one of the HVAC systems located. So the actual air handler is located directly down below within this closet. Same sort of concept I just showed you. We've got a metal duct that's actually within that fiberglass wrap. Same principles apply. We have the fibrous material on the outside of this ducting, so luckily we're not as worried about having a collecting point within the duct system itself. All right, so rather than show you guys much of the same within the attic space, I thought I'd take you down inside of the house. So now up above my head here, specifically right there, what you can see is a metal duct, and I'm gonna take you in close there just to show you guys. That is what the bottom side of the HVAC system is going to look like. So the area where the air comes out and is then dispersed to the rest of the home, that air passage has no fibrous material on the inside, so it's just smooth sailing from the time it goes into the supply plenum all the way to the time it comes out and fills this room with cool, climate-controlled air. All right, so behind me we've got the air handler. This is one of 3 air handlers that are in the home. This air handler itself is located in that closet. I just showed you the upper portion of this. So this air handler essentially connects to those 2 ducts that we just talked about. You can see the reflection and glistening of the metal. So up there, we've got our return air plenum over on this side, and over on this side is our actual supply. Supply meaning the area where the air actually gets exhausted up into the rest of the HVAC system. The return meaning the area where that air comes back into the closet, so that way it can go back through the air conditioner and regulate the temperature as well as the moisture content of that air going through it. All right, so as you guys can see behind me here, this property is still very well under construction. All of this metal ducting, all of the flex ducting and everything is essentially going to have to get dusted. just to make sure we don't have any construction debris in here before all of these air handlers get fired back up. So the primary focus of this video was just to bring attention to the possibilities of what you can do in your own home. Again, if you're an individual who suffers from CIRS or SEERs, maybe you're just an individual that has a lot of allergies and doesn't necessarily want to have fiberglass or other exposed fibrous materials within their home, which essentially can be a collection point or a sponge, or again, a breeding grounds for organisms within the home. So now if you guys do have any questions, you do want to talk about HVAC systems, maybe individuals suffering from CIRS or SEERs, maybe you just want to talk about your susceptibleness to allergies and kind of pitch some ideas off of me and collect my insight. After all, general disclaimer, I am not an HVAC professional. That said, I am very passionate about looking for ways that one can overcome hurdles and obstacles that they have when it comes to the indoor environment as a whole. So therefore, I do work closely with licensed HVAC companies, licensed general contractors, and even some very skilled and insured handymen. As per usual, if you guys found this video to be helpful, please hit that big thumbs up button. If you do want to share this with any of your friends, family members, colleagues, please feel free to do so. You can share this YouTube link. And if you like this video and want to see more videos like this, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. With that said, I bid y'all a farewell until the next time.